This is for our neighbors who are locked inside. Together, we will abolish ICE. Try that with me. This one's for our neighbors who are locked inside. Together, we will abolish ICE. Children, this one's for our children who are locked inside. Together, we will abolish ICE. BIPOC, this one's for our BIPOC who are locked inside. Together, we will abolish ICE. Queer folks, this one's for our queer folks who are locked inside. Together, we will abolish ICE. Family, this is for our family who are locked inside. Together, we will abolish ICE. Most of all, I came back from the Twin Cities singing with songs of protest and revolution leading the way. I came back singing movement songs nonstop, on the plane, in my car ride, on my morning walks. Even my hospice patients are benefiting from the music that I learned in Minneapolis. As we gather this Sunday morning, we're gathering under some heavy times. There are over 70,000 human beings locked behind inhumane ICE detention centers, our modern concentration camps unfit for human beings. Reports reveal that less than 3% of those arrested by ICE have any violent criminal records, less than 3%. We know that there are masked, untrained men with guns abducting children and luring them away from their family members. They're abducting our neighbors, our friends, our coworkers, citizens and non-citizens alike in broad daylight, without any accountability, due process. This is not a democracy, and we say enough is enough. We must abolish ICE now. As Unitarian Universalists, we will not stand by as families are ripped apart, as our constitutional rights are trampled upon. And we resist with every breath of our body this fascist system fueled by greed and hatred. We are a sanctuary people, says our Unitarian Universalist Association president, Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt, a daughter of immigrants herself, who was arrested for civil disobedience early this year, protesting the ballooning of the ICE budget from $6 billion 10 years ago to over $85 billion today. $6 billion 10 years ago to $85 billion today. Reverend Sophia, UUA president, called the defunding of ICE one of our highest priorities as Unitarian Universalists. She says Unitarian Universalists believe in the values of pluralism, interdependence, justice, and generosity as sacred matters of our faith, as the core of who we are. We hold the belief that love itself lives at the center of all we do. Recent events have torn families apart, terrorized already vulnerable communities, and killed individuals doing nothing more than protecting their neighbors. They not only violate basic human decency, they are also an affront to the values that all people of faith and conscience hold sacred. Direct words from Reverend Betancourt. We Unitarian Universalists know that love is stronger than fear. And this one's for those who are locked behind languishing and behind hastily built inhumane detention centers. And I came back from Minneapolis fired up and ready to do what I can to abolish ICE with every breath in my body. I came back with a deeper commitment to liberation and to the highest values of our faith. Just a few blocks from here is they're trying to reopen that ICE detention center in Dublin, a few blocks from this place. A place that was closed because of their inhumane practices against women, and they want to reopen it for undocumented people that already don't have rights, not under our watch. What I want to sing to ICE, what I want to sing to them was what we were singing that day in Minneapolis when that 700 ministers joined 75,000 Minnesotans into the street. We were singing this song, "Oh, it's okay to change your mind, show us your courage, leave this behind. Oh, it's okay to change your mind, and you can join us here anytime. Oh, it's okay to change your mind, show us your courage, leave this behind. Oh, it's okay to change your mind, and you can join us here anytime." What Minneapolis taught me is that resisting authoritarianism requires trained and sustained resistance. It requires truth-telling and faithful witness. Out of the 700 ministers that answered that call, over 200 were Unitarian Universalists. The call itself came from Lena Gardner, founder of the Black Lives of Unitarian Universalists. She knew that the resistance in Minneapolis is the type of resistance that we must cultivate all across this country. The theme of our gathering in Minneapolis were these 6 words: do justice, love mercy, abolish ICE. People from across the country claimed and joined with the march, Multi-Faith Anti-Racism, Change, and Healing. March, thank you, Micah, the Micah 6:8, yes. That we must do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with thy God. March Faith Leaders tells us that this crisis is not confined to one city. It's a crisis all across this land. Born of the original sins of this nation, stolen land, slavery, and genocide, and the ongoing violence required to sustain them. Valerie Kaur is a Sikh American civil rights lawyer and was there in Minneapolis. I was standing a few feet next to her, and she said these words: "Minneapolis, Minnesota has created an underground civil society, teaching children how to read and write in underground schools because schools are not safe, delivering groceries and supplies because stores are not safe, walking each other's dogs, getting each other's mail because streets are not safe, providing midwifery to mamas and babies because hospitals are not safe." The people of Minneapolis are living what Dr. King told us, that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality tied to a single garment of destiny. Whatever happens to one affects all directly. On the Friday morning of January 23rd, I made the 1-mile pilgrimage from George Floyd Square to Renee Good's Memorial during a polar vortex in negative 20 to 30 degree weather. 1 mile north of Renee Good's Memorial is Alex Preddy's Memorial. The people of Minneapolis are doing something I've never seen anywhere else. They stand in solidarity with one another and refuse a whitewashing of their martyrs by maintaining permanent public memorials at the hands of state and police and ICE violence. May 25th, 2020, George Floyd was a 46-year-old black U.S. citizen, father of 5, who was killed when white police officer knelt on his neck for over 9 minutes, with Floyd repeatedly saying, "I can't breathe." January 7, 2026, Renee Nicole Good was a 37-year-old queer white U.S. citizen and mother of 3 who was fatally shot by U.S. ICE agents in her South Minneapolis neighborhood. Renee's wife, Becca, said, "We had whistles. They had guns." Renee lived by an overarching belief that there is kindness in this world, and we need to do everything we can to find it where it resides and nurture it where it needs to grow. That was Renee's wife, Becca, that said those words. January 24th, 2026, Alex Preddy was a 37-year-old white U.S. citizen and Veterans ICU nurse. veterans ICU nurse who was shot and killed by ICE agents in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with video and witness accounts showing him being tackled by ICE agents and shot after he was assisting a woman who was pepper sprayed. Alex's last words to that woman, "Are you okay?" As a trained ICU nurse, he ran to a woman who was being pepper sprayed and was killed for it. July 7, 2026, ICE agents shot and killed Mexican national Lorenzo Salgado Arujo after pulling over his vehicle in Houston, Texas. ICE agents said that Salgado attempted to ram agents with his cars, but several eyewitnesses and direct surveillance video contradicts that claim. July 13, 2026, ICE agents shot and killed 26-year-old Colombian national Juan Sebastian Guerrero in Biddeford, Maine. The ICE agent said that Guerrero attempted to do something with his car, and that was later confirmed by officials. He was not actually the target of anything he was doing. To this day, these rogue killer ICE agents have not been held legally accountable. There's no criminal charges, and they're still serving as ICE agents now. Each of us has a part to defend this democracy, and we must hold the line. As Filipino-American journalist and recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, Maria Ressa tells us. She says, democracy is fragile. You have to fight for every bit, for every law, for every safeguard, every institution, every story. You must know how dangerous it is to suffer even the tiniest cut. That is why I say to us all, we must hold the line. What we're seeing now is death by 1,000 cuts. It's a slow erosion of the institutions that hold our very democracy together. This fascist playbook of the current administration is nothing new. My parents left the Philippines in the late 1970s to escape the brutal 20-year-backed dictatorship, U.S.-backed dictatorship of Ferdinand Marcos, who plundered the Philippines for personal gain. The Philippines has showed us that people power can defeat dictators, that people organized can defeat all of the oppression. Huwag kang matakot. Do not be afraid. Makibaka, dare to struggle. The ancestors remind us that we have toppled fascist dictators in the past, and together, person by person, story by story, poem by poem, we can weave our democracy back together. Starr King UU Church, do you feel the ground of spiritual energy beneath us at this very moment, asking for our courage? Do you believe that our liberation is bound together? Do you feel it in our bodies? Will you be there for your immigrant neighbor, for your transgender neighbor, for your undocumented neighbor? Is your Unitarian Universalist faith wide enough to hold all the love that this moment demands of us? We are the ones we've been waiting for, poet June Jordan told us. May we each find what is ours to do. May we scatter the seeds and hold the line. May this moment teach us resilience and mutual aid like we've never known before. May we make real the values of love and justice and equity, not just pretty words on Sunday morning, but evident in our actions. Evident when we shut down ICE in Dublin. Evident when we stand up for our undocumented neighbor. Evident when we stand up for ourselves. Do justice, love mercy, abolish ICE. Amen.